This is Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Crew Chevrolet on News 4.
There's the banging helmets. Good evening and welcome. He is Webb. I am Scott. It is nice not to have rain in our boots, but fall football is in the air. The darlings of 1 week ago, Cane Bay, winners of the lowest scoring game in FNR history, 8-0. But a win is a win is a win, as Dabo would say.
That's right. Stratford has done nothing but win since losing their opener to Summerville. And the Knights getting gutsy to do it last week in the rain, down 1, going for 2, and the victory. And getting.
All right, so let's head out to Ray Stackley Field, the place to be tonight on Breast Cancer Awareness Night. Thousands of dollars raised. And where else can you see Jack the Longshaw get his mustache shaved off on live TV by the outlaw barber himself, former CSU pitcher Eddie Hyatt. 7-0 Cane Bay. Stratford strikes quickly. Jakin Davis to Micah Adams. 60 yards wide open for that one right there. Cane Bay quickly responds, though. Colby LaRocca, the start of a great night. Right up the gut. Touchdown for the Cane Bay quarterback. Back to Stratford. It's a handoff to Malik McGowan. McGowan, an elite running back. He's gone. That's a touchdown, and we're all tied up. More Stratford. Jakin Davis going to roll out and throw a perfect pass. Hits his receiver, Sean Harris. That is beauty right there. Touchdown Knights. But Cane Bay not giving in, hanging tough. Haven't lost to Stratford in 10 years. Colby LaRocca, touchdown number 3 of the night. But Stratford takes over. Jakin Davis on the run play here, and it's a touchdown for the Knights. Stratford goes on to win it 38-24, the final.
And a touch. The region championship.
Just so disappointed how we played the first half. Defense and coaches made some great adjustments. Defense played lights out. Offensively, we finally eliminated those penalties and just been able to convert on some things right there. It's a great team win. Great team win.
Your principal was telling me just a couple of minutes ago that this is the first time you've beat Cane Bay since 2014. How sweet is this victory?
It's definitely a monkey off our backs. You know, they're a good rivalry school, but they've had it on the last 10 years, and tonight was our night.
Well, at the beginning of the year, we thought Ashley Ridge Summerville might have been the game of the year. It hasn't gone exactly as expected for Ashley Ridge this year. But the only thing that matters, the region title is still out there, and so far undefeated in region play. But it had to feel like a full moon tonight at Ashley Ridge. Swamp Foxes up 28-7 at the half over Summerville. And then in the second half, Summerville going for it on 4th down, but cannot get it. Coder Peterson is there to stuff the run, and then the Foxes take over. Trevor Kalish to Quintel Riley for the first down, but Josiah Taylor makes him pay. Next play, however, it's Kalish over the middle to Josiah Mitchell, and he finds a seam, and he is gone. The long touchdown run there. Pitch and catch. It's 35-7 Ashley Ridge, and the Ridge Rowdies a little extra rowdy tonight. They can sense it. Summerville trying to get something going, but there's that man again, Cody Peterson with the sack, and then on 4th down, Summerville has to go for it once again after the sack dance, and Cooper Kafina's pass is going to be incomplete. Ashley Ridge takes over, and wow, the Green Wave weren't just upset. They were stunned. Big. Swamp Foxes take the Battle of Flowertown 42-19, the final. Let's head over to Berkeley now. 7-0 to start the third quarter. Wando gives Berkeley Jameer Hayward with the big stop in the backfield. Wando, however, returns the favor. Coming up here with the big tackle by Brock Yoakum. The fumble recovered by Ben Eikenberry. However, they have to settle for a field goal from Cameron Moody, and that makes the score 7-3. But Berkeley, they're going to come back and they're going to find the end zone once again. Cade LaPadula.
No, it's going to be Henry Rivers.
Henry Rivers.
I updated your script.
Henry Rivers. I don't know who Cade LaPadula is then, but Henry Rivers, we all know Old Man Rivers. He goes in for the score. The Stags keep the Warriors out of the end zone tonight. 17-3 is your final.
All right, James Island undefeated no more, taking Summerville to the edge last week, but not able to topple the table. They've tried so hard to topple over on their climb to the top. A loss to Summerville, certainly understandable. They should, however, beat Fort Dorchester tonight on paper. Fort Dorchester at James Island. J.I. running onto the field. J.I.'s Deuce Prelo making an interception after receiver Lores Matthews can't keep a hold on it. Prelo taken down at the 5. James Island takes advantage of the field position. Jordan Kendricks takes a handoff, runs it in. They convert the extra point right here. James Island again. How about Malachi Washington powering his way into the end zone under a pile of bodies in James Island. They are all over Fort Dorchester tonight. 48-7 is the final score. Goose Creek, well, they are visiting Lucy Beckham this evening in Mount Pleasant. 21-0 Lucy Beckham when we pick it up. Aiden Beeman with a field goal, and it's 24-0. Bengals on top. How about some defense? Look at the Dewey Bull. Dewey Bull, that's his name. That's the football name of the year right there. He just comes unimpeded right into the backfield. The big-time sack for the Bull, and Lucy Beckham is humming. Then Finn Gunter tosses back to Kamani Lejusain, and Lejusain does the rest of the work. Look at him go. He is down around the 10-yard line from there. Finn Gunter finishes it up with a touchdown, and the Bengals, they are all over Goose Creek tonight. The Gators still looking for that elusive first win of the year. 45-0 is the final score.
West Ashley installed tonight in North Charleston right away. As they run out on the field there, we're going to have some great defense by West Ashley, stripping the ball from Luke Downey. Mad scramble, and the Wildcats would recover. But just a few short plays later, Stahl gets a bit of revenge and strips DeAnthony Coleman after a scrum, and Stahl would recover, but Stahl can't capitalize. And then on the next series, Avery Reed takes it in. The PAT is good, and they are up 7-0. Next series, and fumble from Stahl yet again. And this time, the Wildcats take over once again. This time, Chase Town is going to make them pay. 40 yards, absolute dime to Josh Bradley, who takes it the rest of the way for 6. The PAT is no good, and 13-0 is your score. And then Stahl's Jeremy Jean decides to show his speed and agility by calling his own number, and he's going to take it 50 yards. Just getting out of breath watching that run, and a whole lot of things for me. I get out of breath just about everything I do. This sets up Shamir Aiken for the toss into double coverage, and Stahl is on the board. The PAT is no good, 13-6. However, West Ashley gets their groove back on defense. Here we have David versus Goliath for the jump ball, and Adrian Barrett Aiken, the Wildcats know him, comes down with the INT in the end zone. Last series before the half, and Josh Bradley is in for Chase Town, who was knocked out of the game. He calls his own number and waltzes in for another Wildcats touchdown. West Ashley runs away from Stahl in this one. Final score 51-20.
And we have a message from West Ashley's cheerleaders as we head into the break.
This is Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Crew Chevrolet on News 4.
Don't look now, but this is looking more and more like a Timberland team of old. Their dominant days. 6-1 this year, but tonight, their toughest test. Andrews, the other undefeated team in the region. So let's head out to St. Stephen for this ball game, and I think Andrews' Caden Dorsey is going to like the way this thing starts out. Running it back, nice long kickoff return for him right there. Look at the speed, but Timberland is able to hold him short of the end zone. This is a big man, Desmond Green, future Florida Gator. Big tackle for loss for Timberland. Oh, you don't want to get hit by that. He is huge. But Andrews' offense doesn't back down. Caden Green to Colby Marlowe. That's a touchdown, but Timberland's offense responds. Malik Goodman taking it in for a long touchdown. That makes it 7-6, and Timberland takes care of Andrews. 21-7, the final score. Oceanside hosting Battery Creek. It is homecoming over to Charleston Southern for this one, and it's all Oceanside. First drive of the game for the Land Sharks. Inside screen pass to Anthony Williams, and Williams takes it in for the touchdown right there. More, how about Aiden Manavian this time to Terrence Johnson. Johnson easily in on that little slant play, and the defense wants in on the action as well, and they get in on the action. How about a strip and score from Reese Meredith? He is into the end zone with it, and it's a nice play, and it's all Oceanside all over Battery Creek in this game. 45-0 is the final score.
Bluffton and Colleton County. The Colleton County cheerleaders are cheering for a cure for cancer. Bluffton's Aiden McCarthy with the short yardage touchdown pass to Carnell Warren. But McCarthy, just a little bit later on, he's going to try to throw again, but he's going to get picked off, bounces off the receiver into the Cougars' arms of Justice Jamison. He races it almost back to the end zone. A few plays later, here come the Cougars. Jaquel Jenkins with the short yardage touchdown run, 14-12 Bluffton. Bobcats still lead it, and the Bobcats would strike again. Who else? Aiden McCarthy with the quarterback keeper. That makes it 21-12 Bluffton, and the Bobcats win this one 55-12. Let's head out to Wapo Road now, where ACMAG was taking on Philip Simmons. We pick it up at halftime with Philip Simmons leading 50-0. And then this connection between Owen George and Tyler Perez was the light in an otherwise dark night. The Iron Horses, Jeremiah Richardson, coming up here. He's going to tack on one more touchdown as the clock runs with stoppage, no stoppage. He's going to rip off an 80-yard run to the house. The final from Wapo Road in West Ashley is Philip Simmons 57, Academic Magnet nothing, and the Iron Horses prance, trollop, and gallop over at ACMAG tonight.
Brian Hines just tries to mess with our heads with every tongue twister he could pull out on these scripts. You're not going to get us. How about Woodland at Burke over to Stony Field coming out in the second half? Woodland is up big. Woodland keeps the momentum. Cameron Howell pushes through two tacklers, and that's a touchdown. They'd add the extra point and keep it rolling. How about Burke trying to make anything happen in this game? Earl Brown says, let's dial up the deep ball, but the problem with doing that is the deep ball is intercepted by Camonte Goodwin, who is taken down at the 5-yard line. Gervais Sally throws a quick pass to Jamin Pinkney, who takes Woodland to the house. It's 49-0. They tack on more. It's 59-0, the final score from downtown. And we'll be back right after this.
This is Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Crew Chevrolet on News 4.
It is our Skeeza Game of the Year in the Low Country, the defending state champs from Pinewood Prep, the team that looks like it is an absolute favorite to win the state title this year, already with a win over Hammond under their belt, Northwood Academy. And early on, no score in this one in the first quarter, but it's Northwood driving. Kevin Johnson's going to roll out and find Aiden Hogan for the short touchdown. 7-0 Chargers on top. And then Pinewood would get the football. They're looking to make something happen, but they would cough it up. And Bryce Jenkins is there to scoop it up. Looks like he's going to take it to the end zone, but he would finally get knocked out of bounds. Big yardage there. But then Northwood knocking on the door again. The pass is picked off there by Hunter Gardner, and Pinewood would take over. And then Pinewood, watch this beautiful pass here, Graham Gilmer, to Jaden Alexander for the deep first down. But a couple of plays later, going deep, and it's another turnover. Another turnover from Bryce Jenkins, the interception there. And Northwood will get the ball back. But a couple of plays later, Northwood, it's their turn to cough it up, and Pinewood is there to recover. And Pinewood would finally get in the end zone. Lavoris Lucas would score. The extra point would be blocked, but Northwood goes on to win this one by a final of 45-20.
Let's head on back down to Walterboro tonight. Colleton Prep, the Warhawks taking on Beaufort Academy. They're finishing up a game that was delayed a few weeks ago. Opening kickoff, 85-yard touchdown return by Beaufort Academy's Devin Fripp right there. Tack on 2 more. Nitch Underwood with help forces his way into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. It's 14-8 Warhawks. Warhawks quarterback Cale Owens, though, with a keeper. It's a short touchdown for him, and Colleton Prep looking really good. How about a little more? Colleton Prep's Tanner Woke sneaks into the end zone with a 2-point conversion after that, making it 22-8, and they would win 28-14, and Colleton Prep takes that region title.
How about a little Friday afternoon on the diamond? This is pretty cool. Citadel baseball hosting Coastal Carolina today in a fall ball doubleheader. Coastal's last time out, a championship game 2 loss to Omaha. Citadel getting the strikeout there, but Coastal hurler Hayden Johnson looking good. Strikes out Hanahan's Arian Patel. The Coastal bats come alive. Colby Thorndike deep and gone. Solo shot, 1-0 Coastal, and they would add to it. Coming up here, it's Ty Barango stepping to the plate. The RBI single, 2-0 Coastal. The bats would really pick it up by the end of this one, 12-9. Coastal wins it. That is your final.
And a pretty cool moment at the Citadel tonight. The jersey retirement of Charlisa DeJesus, the first female cadet to get that honor at the military college. Congratulations to her, number 11 in the rafters. We'll be back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Let's talk a little college football Saturday. We've got an exciting day tomorrow. A lot of good games. Oklahoma, South Carolina. That's the early one at Billy Bryce. Western Carolina, high-powered offense, undefeated in SoCon play. They're visiting the Citadel. SMU at Clemson. Coastal Carolina is at Appalachian State tomorrow. And Charleston Southern at Western Illinois. For Web Right, I'm Scott Eisberg. Have a great night, everybody.